What if the world's second-largest economy isn't collapsing with a bang, but slowly bleeding out in silence, seen not in government reports, but in the exhaustion of everyday people? Imagine a young man in Shenzhen scrolling through endless job ads at 2 a.m. with nothing in his stomach, wondering how to survive one more day. In another city, a store owner runs her fingers over the dust on her locked shutters and murmurs, "Maybe it's time to give up." These aren't isolated stories, they are becoming the fabric of daily life. Fresh graduates take on delivery gigs just to avoid sinking further. Factory workers claw at jobs paying 13 yuan an hour. Towering office blocks sit half-lit, shopping avenues echo like abandoned shells, as if prosperity itself had already packed up and left. This isn't just an economic hiccup, it's a deeper fracture running through the system. Analysts warn these are not temporary pains, but structural failures. With youth unemployment stuck near 15% on paper, and many believe above 20% in reality, consumer spending is evaporating, anger is rising, and the question grows louder. Is China heading toward a full-blown breakdown? Look at the summer of 2025. Official numbers show nearly 15% of those aged 16 to 24 without work, and another 7% of young adults teetering on the edge. Independent researchers argue the true scale is far worse. The proof is on the streets. College grads frying dumplings for coins under sweltering heat, engineering majors darting through traffic as food couriers, factories in Jiangsu and Shanghai, once buzzing, now padlocked and silent. The tide of migration into cities is now turning back. Youth crowd into cramped hostels, 5 or 6 to a room. Some rent bunks by the hour. Others sleep across subway benches, waiting for jobs that never materialize. The bright promise of city life has shrunk into a single word: survival. The mental strain is staggering. Viral clips on Douyin and Bilibili show young people muttering "Huaboliao" loosely, "let it all end." Jokes and memes try to mask the despair, but beneath the sarcasm lies a deep scar in the nation's belief in progress and upward mobility, and that is the haunting question. When both the educated and the poor are stuck in the same desperate fight, where does a society go next? Factories are falling silent, streets are empty, China's growth is moving in reverse. By mid-2025, the warning lights are impossible to ignore. Producer prices plunged 3.6% in June compared to last year, the steepest fall in almost 2 years. For the third month in a row, the manufacturing PMI sat below 50, the unmistakable mark of contraction. Behind those statistics hides a grim truth. Demand has collapsed, warehouses overflow with unsold goods, and assembly lines are shutting down. In Jiangsu and Zhejiang, workshops run with skeleton crews. Some rotate staff into unpaid leave, others slash salaries just to survive. Export orders vanish, local spending withers, and businesses cling to existence by a thread. But the slowdown doesn't end at the factory floor. Cafes, bars, and restaurants feel the squeeze. Even staff from 4-star hotels in Shanghai and Chengdu are ditching stable jobs to grill skewers on the street or ride scooters delivering takeout for a few extra yuan. A Shanghai franchise owner admitted, "There are days we lose money even at peak hours. This isn't seasonal, it's systemic." On WeChat and Douyin, a bleak new vocabulary is spreading. Words like "no savings," "trapped in debt," credit frozen echo among office workers and small business owners. According to a survey by the 21st Century Business Herald, 6 out of 10 small firms expect revenues to fall even further this year, despite government relief measures. For countless families, the future isn't even a consideration anymore. The only battle is making it through the week. The warning signs are no longer hidden, they're playing out in plain sight. Viral clips from Guangzhou show frail men slumped on sidewalks, holding cardboard signs that plead not for cash, but for something to eat. One man said he hadn't touched real food in weeks. While some doubted his story, volunteers later confirmed he had been surviving on scraps and sips of tap water from public restrooms. Those images shook millions to their core. In cities like Xi'an, Chengdu, and Nanjing, a quiet movement has sprung up, so-called rescue kitchens, or jujiguan. These are small, family-run eateries offering 1 or 2 simple meals a day, sometimes free, sometimes for as little as 2 yuan. One owner told Caixin, "Most who come here haven't eaten properly in days. This isn't a business, it's survival support." Meanwhile, factory hubs tell their own grim story. Job postings offering 13 yuan an hour for grueling labor draw endless lines of applicants, many with college diplomas in hand. In Suzhou, footage shows crowds outside warehouses waiting for hours just to be picked for a shift that barely covers the price of a bowl of noodles. Workers joke bitterly, "3 of us do the work of 1, yet still get paid like it's just lunch money." The government's poverty statistics haven't budged since 2024, but underground accounts paint a different reality. Informal food stalls are popping up in neighborhoods, families barter labor for bread, and hand-scrawled signs appear on walls, "Don't give me cash, give me food." This isn't just an economic slowdown, it's dignity disintegrating in real time. Factories may one day restart, policies may change, but for millions the question has shifted. It's no longer about building a future, it's about making it to tomorrow. Silent streets, shattered dreams, China's middle class in crisis. Across the country, the once confident middle class is unraveling. University graduates and skilled workers who once aimed high now struggle just to cover rent, or worse, to feed themselves. Some have resorted to the unthinkable, selling blood for a few hundred yuan just to keep going. What was once seen as a path to prosperity, education, property, small businesses, has turned into a trap of loans and despair. The very people who studied, borrowed, hustled, and joined the property boom are now being crushed. Housing values collapse, yet mortgage bills still arrive. Banks freeze assets, but demand payments on schedule. Online confessions echo, 10 years of work, and now I skip meals and sell my blood to survive. The tragedy isn't wasteful spending, it's the disappearance of income itself. Even China's great cities, Shanghai, Beijing, Shenzhen, have lost their shine. Entire industrial zones sit eerily quiet. Rents have fallen 20 to 30%, but still factories remain shuttered, office towers unlit, and commercial streets echo like ghost towns. Big names like Volkswagen, Yakult, and Toto have all packed up and left, leaving behind silence where thousands of workers once clocked in. For young people, the picture is even darker. Viral clips show top graduates reduced to selling skewers on the roadside, delivering food on scooters, or boarding trains back to their rural hometowns. Degrees in hand but no job in sight. Many scrape by on less than 3,000 yuan a month. The psychological toll is brutal. Countless videos show young adults whispering, "I can't hold on much longer," before breaking down in tears. This is no longer just an economic slump. It's a collapse of belief, trust in opportunity, faith in hard work, hope for tomorrow. The middle class was promised stability, wealth, and upward mobility. Instead, they are staring at shrinking jobs, swelling debts, and cities gone quiet. If the spiral continues, the consequences could be devastating: a full-blown housing crash, mass defaults, and rising anger from a generation that feels betrayed. The question is no longer, how do we get ahead? It's become, how do we survive at all? So, is this the beginning of a long descent, or the painful turning point that will rewrite China's future? China's economic engine is collapsing, and the cracks can no longer be hidden. Factories that once roared with life now stand silent, their gates chained and machines gathering dust. Small businesses are shutting down one after another, crushed by unpaid debts and shrinking demand. Even once wealthy entrepreneurs are being forced to auction off their personal belongings just to cover loans. Fresh graduates, once full of ambition, now line up for low-paying delivery work, fighting to survive each day. The middle class, once the pride of China's growth, is sinking under the weight of mortgages and endless bills. For millions, the dream of prosperity has completely shattered, replaced by a grim struggle to make it through the week. Across China's cities, waves of layoffs have left streets filled with despair. Families are skipping meals as wages vanish, while their savings accounts run dry. Homeless shelters are overflowing, and countless young people are forced to sleep in subway stations, waiting for jobs that never come. In industrial towns, whispers of bankruptcies and defaults spread faster than official news, fueling a sense of panic. On social media, heartbreaking confessions of debt, hunger, and hopelessness are going viral, painting a raw picture of a nation in decline. The promise of stability has been replaced by fear, and the pride of the middle class is fading into silence. What was once hailed as unstoppable growth is now unraveling in real time, leaving millions trapped in poverty and debt.